Hello and welcome back to Camp Ash. We will be continuing where we left off, which if you recall is after finding Trisha no longer with us and having Janice basically disappear with Dale and then running into Ernesto and Miriam and then finally running back again with Dale after Janice gets kidnapped by a mysterious character. So afterwards, Ernesto decided, you know what, I'm gonna go after this mysterious group. And of course, typical with 70s, 80s horror movies, that's not a good idea. That usually means that something bad is gonna happen to you. So yeah. Ernesto, you couldn't just stay put for a few more minutes so that the whole group went as a group. Anywho, so Chip and Duke, maybe a thing, but considering that Duke is kind of a butthead, who knows what's gonna happen. Yeah, Dale's not very happy about that, and Miriam is just along for the ride, basically. Anyway, so yeah, I guess without further ado, let us finish out the Duke route. We head out the boathouse and start walking in the direction that the boar ran. What are the markings? What are we looking for? Shapes, they said. Shapes for the planets. What does that mean? We start the trek into the forest. Any idea where we should look? If it's markings or planets, maybe we should look up at the tops of the trees. We stay along the main hiking trail, the one that follows the river, all of our eyes scanning the tree line. Mercury! What? Mercury! Miriam repeats it again, this time pointing a claw at a bent tree. There is a circle with an upside-down curve at its top. A cross sits directly below on the bottom. What the hell? I wouldn't have noticed something like that. Let's follow it, the direction it's pointed. See, Miriam? We would have been lost without you. I'm hoping that it doesn't end up being better to be lost. We travel into the forest, our eyes locked onto the tree line the whole time. The sun doesn't relent, the canopy not thick enough in the drier climate. Mars! Another marking in a tree. We change directions at the next tree with a symbol. Miriam has a compass out, orientating herself to the markings and marching forward. We stay close behind. I really wish that we grabbed some water before we left. Pluto! Another planet and another turn into the forest. We're far past the camp now, deep into the woods, away from the lake or the river. It feels like hours have passed, the sun beating down on us the whole time. Jupiter! Another tree with a symbol, and another turn into the woods. I'm completely lost at this point. My body and mind is addled and weak from the hike and strain. We haven't stopped to rest, and I feel completely drained from the heat. The mountain has been a series of hills as well, constant ups and downs as we march through the other side of the forest. Help me! Ernesto's voice carries over a distance, coming from deeper into the hillside. It's coming straight down the path that we were headed to. Hurry up! Come on! That's when we finally catch up to Ernesto's voice. The wolf is stripped down to his underwear, arms tied to a pole, and bedded into the ground in a small clearing. Something smells funny, like a chemical smell in the air. Don't! It's a trap! Hey man, we got you! No! The sound of a wire snapping echoes through the forest just as Dale takes a step towards the wolf. It's gasoline! A spark above Ernesto's head goes off as a tripwire Dale triggered activates up to the mechanism above the wolf. Ernesto erupts into flames. Ah! He's shrieking louder and more guttural than I've ever heard him before. Help me! Water! We need to find some water! Help me get him down! He can just roll it out! The smell of burning fur begins to choke my snout. We're too far from the river! There isn't enough water! Dale and Duke walk towards the burning Ernesto, stopping just before getting to his back. Duke takes out the wolf's pocket knife from his pocket. It's too hot. I can't. Fuck, how do we get him down? The flames start to calm down ever so slightly. Ernesto is still screaming. Give me the knife. I take it from Duke's gripped paw. Somebody do something. I got you, man. I find the ropes holding Ernesto to the pole and stick a paw through the flames to get to him. The metal knife is hot, singeing to my paw pad. In an almost instant, my webbing feels like it's melting as the fur on my paw starts to catch fire. Fuck! Just this little bit is almost unbearable. The pocket knife slices through the ropes with ease, the material singed from the heat. Ernesto drops to the ground with a heavy thump, flames still burning on his back. Roll! You need to roll! Ernesto just continues to scream. Fuck! Help me! Dill drops to his knees and starts to roll Ernesto himself. The wolf flips over, the flames on his front having been snuffed out from the initial fall. His fur is almost all burnt away, blotches of red and black skin covered his entire body, most of his features erased by the fire. Once on his back, Duke and Dale are able to pat out the remaining smolders on his body, the gasoline having mostly burnt away. Ernesto is just staring back at us, unable to blink his charred eyes. Almost all of the skin on his face is burnt away. Ernesto, it's alright, buddy. We got you down. You're gonna be okay. Tears start to fall down my face. I hear Miriam puke behind us. Ernesto chokes on his words. This doesn't look good. Help me. Tufts of smoke spill from Ernesto's mouth as he gasps out pained words. We can't just leave him here. We have to help. We need to get Janice still. I'll stay here with him. You guys go ahead. We shouldn't separate. There's going to be more of them at this point. Chip. He whispers it to me. Yeah, man? Kill me. The words sink in my chest. Everything goes still. Everything stops around me. I know the others are still talking above me, but I can't hear them right now. I can't see them right now. There's only Ernesto in front of me, only his pained plea in my ear, in my heart. I barely know him. He barely got to live. He was just trying to help Janice. And now he's asking me to... What's it gonna be, Chip? Huh? Are we taking him with us, or... We're not killing him. Miriam, tell them that that's crazy. The Gila looks away, tears in her eyes. No, we can't do that. He's still alive. He can make it. Ernesto's body continues to smolder, most of his skin gone and almost all of his muscles and ligaments have melted and fused together. It hurts still. I feel the bile in my stomach starting to rise. He asked you, Bronson. You decide. Why does Ernesto always get like the short end of the well, Ernesto and Miriam. But like this is horrible, like burning alive and then being still alive, but like completely burned. I kind of feel like you have to put him out of his misery. Ernesto doesn't deserve to suffer from this. We have to put him down. He isn't a feral dog. We can't just kill him. What the fuck else do you suggest that we do? Look at him, Dale. There's nothing left to save. He's begging for it. Please. I'm not gonna just sit here while you butcher someone alive. This isn't right. You're just as sick as those boars. The otter stands up and heads off into the forest on his own. Wait, come back. Miriam chases after him, their tail disappearing into the brush as the pair continue in the direction of the last marker. Come on. He doesn't need to hurt any longer. How should we do this? Strangling doesn't hurt once they pass out. This is so wrong. Shit, if we could have just got the gun from the cabinet open. Anything. Please. Is this what you want? Please. Do you want to do it? I look down at my singed paw. I can't. Physically, I mean. I getcha. Duke looks down at the still smoldering wolf below us. I'm sorry, Ernesto. I promise that it'll be as quick as I can. Duke's face is pale and gaunt. Thank you. Chip? Yeah? Stay near me as I do this. Okay. Duke's paws wrap around Ernesto's neck. Ugh. One last scream as Duke gets his fur covered in blood. It's some time before we head off together towards the direction the marker said to go. We walk for what feels like hours. We follow the hidden trail still, until a dilapidated wooden building eventually comes into view. I crouch down into some brush next to Duke, the Boars cabin just a few feet in front of us now. Stay quiet. They're inside. I swore I heard Janice yelling just now. There's some movement around the curtain every now and then, too. I didn't hear anything. Have you seen Miriam? Not since the clearing with Dale. Fuck. We were all together. We could have just overpowered the three of them before we split up. What do? We break inside and we kill those motherfuckers. Do you think that we can take them with just the two of us? The police aren't gonna get here in time. Even if we could just get a hold of them, we either go in and help Janice, or she isn't coming out of there alive. Is this worth it? You wouldn't have said that if you two were still together. There's that ache in my heart again. Do you love her, Duke? Is that why you're doing this? He doesn't respond. I don't care anymore. There's too much going on for that to matter right now. I just promised myself I wouldn't let anyone else get hurt. Duke, one of my friends is already gone. I won't let it be anyone else if I can help it. I bring my paw to his shoulder, and I bring my face close to his, and kiss him, turning my snout to the other side ever so slightly so that we can get closer. He lets me in, pulling me closer in the moment. I have to stop myself from moaning. We separate with a soft, wet sound between us. Don't tell anyone we did that. Did you like it? I'm still with Rachel. I can't. Just for today, then. Yeah, just for today. The weasel nuzzles into me, putting his snout underneath my neck. Just hold me here for a second. We take a few moments to catch our breath. What's the plan? I'll follow you into this one. We're gonna try the front door, break the glass if we have to get inside. Stay close to me, and we might be able to take them, especially if it's one at a time. Got it. Don't go running off to fight them. We need to stay together. I promise. Let's get going then. The two of us run towards the front door, doing our best to stay low and quiet on the forest floor. We make it without incident, Duke's paw hovering above the doorknob. If it's locked, I'm gonna bust the window in, and we'll try that way. Be ready if it isn't. I nod. His paw grasps the handle, turning it in one smooth motion. The door opens into a dilapidated single-room cabin. A staircase leading to a second floor and basement sits against the left wall. Janice is tied to a table with wires across her midsection. All of her limbs missing as blood drips down onto the wooden floor beneath her. Janice! I spring towards the table away from Duke, and without looking for anything else or anyone else in the room. The back of my skull cracks with an ugly snap, my vision immediately blurring. My body collapses on top of Janice's torso, her throat cut and bled dry some time ago. Duke's voice reaches my ears just as everything goes black. My senses come back to me in a violent shake. My left shoulder feels like it's on fire, all of my limbs screaming at me with a numbing sensation. My eyes force themselves open, and I do my best to look around, afraid that I'll wake up just like Trisha and Janice. I'm upright, but something is wrong. My legs are definitely too weak to be standing right now. Don't move around, Chip. Miriam's voice makes me realize that I was trying to wiggle myself free. I stop and listen to her warning as everything finally catches back up to me. The source of the fire feeling becomes apparent. As Miriam dangles across from me, a meat hook skewered right through her shoulder. The gilla is dangling from a chain on top of the ceiling in front of me. One of her legs ends in a bloody stump, a pool of blood below her on the floor. We're in a dirty and dusty room, the light from a smoldering fireplace barely illuminating the stone floor and walls. A window near the ceiling of the room is covered with brush growing just outside of it. We must be in the basement. There are 2 more chains dangling from different spots around the room. My limbs wiggle a bit more before I finally understand that I'm dangling to a hook sticking through my upper chest, just to the left of my pec. Just barely missing my lung. What's going on? It hurts to talk. Everything hurts right now. I heard you and Duke run in. Heard you calling out for Janice. There was a fight and they brought you down here with me. Janice. Where's Duke? Miriam doesn't look at me. Where is he? Why didn't they bring him down here? My mind flashes to the dismembered corpse of my friends. Did they? You don't want to know. Her voice is hollow. You can hear all the screaming in this place. What happened? You took off and then just wound up here? I was chasing after that asshole until I stepped in a freaking feral bear trap. Did you cut yourself loose? No, but they did. Miriam, I'm sorry. It's not your fault. We just need to get out of here. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna make it losing this much blood. Your tail. Can you push off the wall or something? It's tied to my waist with a cord. I can't move it. I try to wiggle my tail, only to find out the same for me. I'm not strong enough to let myself off this hook either. I'll try myself then. Then we can get you down. I reach my paws up behind myself to grab hold of the metal chain dangling above me. My left arm spasms in unbearable pain, the metal through my muscles making that arm currently unusable. Fuck. Same thing happened to me when I tried. I grab a hold of the metal with my good arm and try to pull myself up and off. Shit! I only managed to lodge the hook deeper in with a half-inch of the lift my single arm can provide. What do we do? I don't know. The 2 of us hang there in silence for a while. The occasional drip of Miriam's wound keeps me from passing out. A sudden crash of glass above me wakes me from a concussed daze. Chip? Chip, where are you? It's Dale's voice. What the fuck? Down here! Down here! There is a scrambling of paws and creaks of wood before hurried footfalls come crashing down the stairs. Where are you? Dale is closer now, on our floor. In here! In here! More scrambling before the otter bursts into the room through a doorless stone frame. He's covered in soot and reeks like sick sweat. Oh my god! Bronson! Miriam! Get him down first. Then he can help you lift me. Dale is in front of me in a moment later, his face tired and worried. Where did you go? Dale looks away from me. Are you ready? I'm gonna lift you up now. Yeah, go ahead. On 3. Fuck. 1. Here it comes. 2. The otter lifts me a count early, both his arms wrapping around my legs and lifting with all of his strength in one smooth motion. The pain is blinding, my scream caught in my throat as he tumbles backwards after having just put me down. Fuck. Why did... Dale stumbles back, body ragged and tired. We need to hurry. They're going to be back soon. That fucking hurt, asshole. It was going to either way. Come on. Can you lift? Can you? Yeah. I stand up, getting ready to help Miriam down now. Together. We can get Miriam together, okay? On 3 this time? Oh, fuck. This time, yeah. I need you to help me lift her. Are you sure you can't get her by yourself? Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Okay. 1. Shit, he was starting. 2. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. 3. We lift together with all of our strength. My shoulders spasm and protests, but it's functioning now, no longer filled with metal. Ah! We have her halfway off the hook, the metal digging and catching on her scales as she's almost lifted free. Oh fuck! One of the boars is behind Dale, machete ready in paw. Look out! It's too late. The boar is already taking a strong and brutal swing across Dale's back. The blade cuts through his shirt and fur, deep into his flesh, slashing his shoulder blade beneath. Dale drops Miriam at the apex of the hook. I can't support her on my own, her weight too much for me to even begin to handle. My knees buckle and I fall to the floor, Miriam dropping hard onto the hook again. A tearing sound whips through the room. Miriam screams as the sudden shift of her weight on the hook pulls straight through the rest of the bones and flesh, ripping crudely and brutally through the hook as she stumbles to the ground below, unable to catch herself on one foot. Dale only stumbles, not falling to the ground fully. I'll kill all 3 of you! The boar behind us shrieks, face crazed and eyes bloodshot. Dale responds with the left hook directly onto the boar's snout. Arrgh! His machete falls to the ground just as I start to pick myself up. Dale tackles him a moment later, holding onto both of the boar's wrists with his paws. I can't believe you lit your own friend on fire. It was worth burning the meat to watch your face as he screamed. Dale responds with a quick and brutal bite on the boar's thick neck, his sharp otter teeth gripping down, tearing a thick hide of fur and skin away. The boar gurgles blood as Dale goes in for another bite. Gushing wet sounds erupt from the room as the otter goes in for more and more bites and rips off of flesh. Only when Miriam starts to scream in pain behind me can I finally look away. My shoulder! Miriam paws grasp at the open wound, face locked in horror and pain. My paw scrambles for the machete, kicked to the side as Dale continues to tear into the boar's neck. Dale! He doesn't stop. Dale, please! The otter keeps clamping down. Cooper, please! The otter turns his head towards us, eyes wild and wide. That's enough. He's gone. The boar's mangled corpse lies still on the stone floor. Dale lets out a mouthful of blood trickle out of his mouth. It stains and muddies the layer of dirt on the floor beneath us. He crawls towards me, his tail wagging back and forth like a dog. Hey, it's okay. I'm safe now. Go get Duke. He's upstairs. I thought that you said that he died. Dale nuzzles into my side, eyes blank and wide. I said that you didn't want to know what they did. Will you be okay with... I look towards Dale. Yeah. He's just going through some shock right now. He'll be okay. Then he can help me. She glances towards her missing foot. I think I need some bandages first, though. I take off my shirt, offering it to the Gilla. Everything in here looks dirtier than this. Yeah. Do you want me to tie it off for you? Just get me something to bite down on, yeah? Dale, stay here with Miriam, okay? He blinks at me a few times, eventually relenting and going to crawl next to the Gilla. I look around the room, eventually finding an old wooden spoon resting on the fireplace. Is this okay? Miriam looks at the pot above the fireplace, then towards the meat hooks. I guess. I'll take the machete and be back with Duke, okay? Yeah, okay. I offer her the spoon, and she places it in her mouth before getting to try a makeshift tourniquet on her stump. Her muffled cries startle Dale, the otter now staring directly at her, still resting at her side. I'll be done in a few minutes. I make my way up the stairs, the room almost pitch black. The sun must have set while I was unconscious. I scramble for a lantern, eventually finding one in the single room, bottom floor. Janice's torso isn't on the table anymore. I finally get a good look around the cabin entrance. There's only one door and a couple of windows. A kitchen counter lines one wall. A few seats next to the dusty table sit near it. More meat hooks line the opposite wall. Each of Janice's limbs sits skewered on one of the 4 hooks upstairs. Jan. I cover my mouth with a paw as I start to cry. I have to find Duke. Then we can fix Miriam and Dale and get those motherfuckers. The wooden staircase creaks under my paws the whole way up, the whole building feeling like it's ready to come down. There is a single hallway with 3 doors upstairs. A single window adorns the wall opposite the landing. Duke! I don't worry about the noise. We were loud enough downstairs. Duke! Where are you? There's no response. I try the closest door. It's unlocked, luckily enough. The lantern illuminates a practically empty room. There is a wooden bed frame without a mattress on it. A single sheet covers the frame. A nightstand sits upturned next to it, its contents of letters spilled on the floor. The next door is unlocked again, but I have to shove with most of my strength to get it to open. A single dirty bed sits in the far corner. Piles and piles of paper and string cover the rest of the room. Papers are attached to every surface, string connecting bits of them at seemingly random. There's drawings and sketches of what appear to be Albions written on all of them. It's too much information for my brain to sort through right now. My weak arm holding the lantern is only getting more and more tired, the machete gripped in my good paw. Duke! My voice comes out frayed and pained. Am I too late? The last door is locked. I bring the butt of the machete down a couple of times on the doorknob, the brass handle falling to the floor after a couple of strikes. The door creaks open at its hinges, inviting me inside. Duke! The stench of putrid locker room hits me like a wall of bricks as I bring the lantern up to take a look inside. Duke is tied by his wrists to a wall in the corner, farthest from the entrance. He's lying on a dirty and bare mattress, on his stomach. All of his clothes are discarded in a pile at the foot of the mattress. I got you. I got you. I start working on the ropes tied to the metal loops on the wall. Duke, it's me. I'm here. Are you okay? The weasel turns his head towards me. His face is crusted and tear-stained. Oh my god, you're alive. I didn't know. He doesn't respond to me, just stares. The ropes are taking a while. I'll get you out of this, okay? Are you hurt anywhere? I can't bring myself to look at him any closer. I got this wicked hole in my shoulder, see? I show him where the meat hook pierced me earlier. You should see Miriam, though. Her hook went clean through her shoulder. I say it with a laugh, doing my best to distract him. I got it. I slice one of the ropes clear with a dull machete and begin working on the other one. I can't believe that this is so dull. You should have seen what it did to Dale's shoulder. That actually is how Miriam found the hook. It's so hard to cut it with just one good paw, especially when it's burnt still. I don't interrupt him, even though the weasel takes a good few minutes to continue. Is he gone? The boar? The one with the machete? Duke winces, not moving his arms from his position along the wall. Yeah, Dale got him. I think we're alone right now. We have to go back. We have to stop them. What do you mean? There's something at the camp that they need. If we don't stop them, then... Hey, we can worry about that later. We gotta get you guys to a hospital. I'm fine. Some of his bite is back now. Okay, let's just get you out of here, yeah? Please. I keep quiet, working on finishing up the last rope a few moments later. Get my clothes, please. I find his shorts and underwear on the floor and hand them to the weasel. He sits himself up on the mattress. Give me a few minutes. I need to clean up a bit. I do what he asks, leaving him the lantern and waiting outside the door for him. A few minutes and a few unsightly noises later, the weasel shuffles through the door, his eyes scanning back and forth in the hallway. Come on, Miriam and Dale are waiting downstairs for us. Can we just go? I want to get out of here. Duke. I need to at least tell Miriam, okay? Wait outside for me if you want. No, don't leave me alone. I'll go with you. Duke takes the paw on my weak arm with his paw. Go ahead. I'll be with you. We make our way down the wooden steps, Duke wincing at every single creak of the wood. The ground floor is empty when we make it down. Where's Jan? I point to the wall with the hooks on it. Duke grips my paw tighter as we head down stone steps to the basement. The fire is out. When we make it down there, two shapes move in the darkness where I left Miriam and Dale earlier. Guys, I'm back. Duke's here. He can help. The figures come into the light of the lantern. Miriam is completely unmoving. Her face is still as Dale rocks her back and forth in his arm. The Gila is cradled in his lap as he sits on the floor. She said that she needed to sleep. And... A second pool of blood from her shoulder covers Dale's torso and the floor beneath them. I think that it was too much. She was like that for a while. It's been hours. He breaks down, crying into her neck. This is my fault. If she didn't go after me... Dale, you can't think like that. We have to keep going. We have to get help. What did you do? Why did you disappear for so long? What happened? Duke, this isn't the time. If you just fucking stayed with us, Dale, none of this would have happened. We could have saved Janice. His voice is strained as he gets louder and louder. I wouldn't have. He wouldn't have. Duke shoves the otter down into the ground, Miriam's body tumbling to the floor at an awkward angle. You fucked it all up. You fucked up and made everything worse for us. Dale is just sobbing, not reacting to the shove, just lying in the dirty floor next to the corpse. Are you gonna answer or are you just gonna sit there and cry all fucking night? Stop, Duke. Come on, there's too much going on for all of this right now. He's right. I should... Finally, the fat ass is starting to make some sense. Duke, stop it right now. But this isn't his fault. It was the fucking psycho cannibals. We need to get through this together. There isn't that many of us left. Duke's holding back tears. It's not fair. None of this is fair. The three of us sit in silence for a few minutes. What do we do about Miriam? We should cover her. There's a sheet upstairs. I can go and get it. No, we have to leave right now. It ain't right to leave her like that. There is something more going on than just our friend. Plus, if we don't stop those boars, her being covered or not is not gonna matter. What's more important than this, Duke? I'll listen to you, but you have to explain yourself right now. I heard them talking. When? He stops for a second. They need something. Something Director Wickenburg is keeping hidden. They're gonna do something awful with it. Something I don't understand all the way, but I know that it's bad. It'll make tonight look like a fucking Sunday picnic for a whole lot of people. How does that make any sense? Our job wasn't to watch something Henry wanted locked up. Why would he leave it unguarded like that? Why not at least tell us? He was supposed to be back, remember? Him and the nurse. I think that they know what's going on, now that something crazy is going on. This is crazy. Don't you believe me, Chip? Why would I make this up? You want to kill them. Don't you? I don't. I don't know. This is too much. We need to get out of here. Let's just call the cops and let them deal with it. You got your fill of blood and now you're done? I don't want to die. Coward. Both of you stop. We need to come together on this. We have to go back to Camp Ash no matter what. That's where my car is, and that's where they're headed. Can't we just hike down the mountain into town? We're on the opposite side. Further away, we'd have to cross the ridge again and come back down. Camp is on the way. At least come with us. Then if you want to leave, you can. Fine. I just want to get out of here. How are we going to get back to camp? It's too dark to see the path and I don't remember the way back at all. Miriam has a compass on her. I have a good idea where the camp is directionally from here. We turn to the mangled corpse of our friend. I'll get it. We need to get back before sunrise. I'm not waiting for them to get back here either. I'm gonna wait in the other room. Duke goes about the gruesome task, searching each of Miriam's pockets before retrieving the Gillis compass. I'm not going to be able to take enough showers after this is over. Should we look around for some more weapons? How's this? Duke walks over to the fireplace, an iron poker sitting at the ground next to it. It's too short to do anything, way too heavy to swing with any force to. You're right, sounds like something out of a cliché horror flick anyways. There's a meat cleaver upstairs, near the hooks. Dill answers from just outside the room. I'll go get it. I'm gonna wait by the door. I can't see Janice like that again. I'm just gonna grab a brick or something from down here. The pair makes it to the door with me a few minutes later. I don't really feel good. Join the club. Should I do something about the hole in my shoulder? You think anything here is clean enough for that? No. Miriam's foot was life or death, so my shirt not being clean didn't matter a whole lot. Not that it worked out anyways. I'll patch you up when we get back to camp. You know about that kind of stuff? I'm not the nurse's assistant for nothing. When did you learn? In school? I learned how to do it better there, but my grandpa showed me. Oh. It wasn't all bad with him. Some days he was lucid. Was he a doctor or something? Something like that. The hike back is slow going, but steady. It's easier without the sun above us, the air only stifling instead of drowning in heat. We probably are all going to need sickening amounts of antibiotics when we're back home. Duke is walking with a limp. It slows us quite a bit, especially with him leaning on the compass. He doesn't mind holding the lantern at least. My left arm is still numb. It tingles and the occasional spasm shooting through my wound. I'm pretty sure my hand is going to be fused to this damn machete the way that I've been holding it with my burnt paw to. Dale's not looking good either. He says he's fine, but that gash on his back is nasty. He still won't talk about what happened after he left Ernesto's body behind. At least he didn't have to hurt any longer. The night grows ever darker on our journey, ever quieter, like the forest knows something wrong is about to happen. The edges of the familiar territory creeps up on me. It feels like the hike back wasn't as long as the way there. Maybe the route was more direct. But we're all a fair bit worse for wear. Tired, hot, dehydrated, hungry. I can't even remember when I last ate and how fucking hungover I was before all of this happened too. My leg hurts. Shit, so does my back. Do you think that we made it back in time? They're probably a lot faster than us normally, coming back and forth, and we're pretty messed up. They need to get the gun out of the cabinet first. They don't want any interruptions. So we have time? Hopefully. Not much, though. What are we gonna do when we run into them? Just beat the shit out of them? That's the plan. We outnumber them now. There's no traps or tricks this time either. We're really banged up, man. I don't know if I can do that. Again. It's not self-defense like last time. No one's tied up or anything. We can just go. I'm not letting them get away. We're not going to. We know where their cabin is. We can call the cops and let them handle it. We have to stop them now. That's insane. You have to tell us. You have to explain. Please, Duke. I'll trust you, but I just have to know. I know it might be hard, but you have to explain why this matters. I'm sorry. Fine. Dale sits on the ground while Duke paces back and forth a few times. The weasel looks like he's trying to calm himself or psych himself up to explain. While I was upstairs, I heard the others talking in the other room. If they get what they want, they think that they can gain some kind of supernatural powers. Don't interrupt them. Keep going, Tippets. I don't know if I really believe them or not, but they think that it requires a sacrifice to work. Oh God. That's why they did that to Trisha. They're not just eating us? They're definitely doing that too. So why don't we just tell the cops that they're planning on going to kill more people? Leave out the supernatural part. Because they're planning on sacrificing the counselors, and after them, the kids. No! That's not gonna work. They can't overpower all of them. I don't want to find out. What if they set up another explosion like with Ernesto, or poison the food? They could pass off as one of us for all we know. Keeping the kids safe was definitely part of our job, but this might be pushing it what we signed up for. I don't care about what my job description says. I'm not letting anyone else get hurt. Just because I don't want to hear it, Bronson. I'm going to kill these fuckers myself, with or without your help. I'm in. Dale's voice is low and deep, like he's full of conviction. I'm angry at them. I hate them, just as much as the both of you do. If we're gonna save kids, I think that is the right thing to do. I think my daddy would have wanted me to do it. Bronson? This isn't smart, but if you two get yourself killed, I'll never forgive myself if I wasn't here to help, so I'm in. Dale pulls me in for an over-the-shoulder hug, the weasel patting my back a few times. Thank you, Chip. One last down for us? You know it. Duke plans out our attack, sneak in, get them unprepared, and waylay as hard as we can. The camp is ransacked. The doors on every building are ripped open, the building contents strewn about the camp floor around them. There's no sign of the two boars at the base of the camp, but we press on, communicating with silent hand gestures. We find them at the arts and craft building, the pair of boars taking turns chaotically throwing everything inside the ground below. It's gotta be here somewhere. The male boar throws boxes of supplies onto the grass. There is a setup of torches that they've stacked in the ground, illuminating the field in changing shapes and hues of orange. If we don't find the keys to the gun cabinet soon, we're gonna have to come back tomorrow. We can't let them defend themselves with it. We can finally get those assholes off this mountain then. At least we have food for a while. I was starting to dry up with the hikers. I signal to Duke and Dale. They see my gestures and we break into formation, ready to take the pair on. Dale and I creep to the back of the nurse's office, sticking to the shadows cast by their torches. Duke is making his way to the side of the arts and craft building, waiting to strike. The male boar walks inside the building, the woman turned and digging through some of the discarded boxes. I motion for Dale to make the signal. Dale cups his paws together and blows into them, mimicking a bird call. What the? Those birds aren't up at this time. Ah! Duke rushes the boar, screaming as he raises his cleaver high in the air. Duke brings down his cleaver hard onto the boar, the woman managing to turn around and the brunt of the cleaver into her forearm just in time. What the fuck? Duke wrenches the cleaver out of her arm, bits of her bone visible through the wound. It's our signal. The male boar is just a foot out of the building, eyes crazed and focused on Duke. Dale and I are halfway across the gap now by then, headed straight towards him, our plan to intercept him. Duke's second swing is connecting into flesh now, the female boar's neck erupting into a grotesque spray of gore. No! Dale tosses the brick from the basement. It connects with the boar directly into his temple. The other's legs go out from underneath him, the boar collapsing a few feet in front of where he was as its momentum carries his frame forward. The woman tries to speak, blood choking her airways as Duke readies a third slice, this time directly into her forehead, splitting it unevenly and grossly in two. This is my chance. Just a good slice into his fucking throat and he's dead, and this nightmare is over. What did you do to Jack? Time slows to a crawl. My body freezes as I lock my elbows into a powerful bend and take a double-headed swing at him. Where's Jack, you piece of shit? I can't move, I can't breathe. It's like the air was taken out of my body at once. My pulse quickens and I feel sweat starting to pour off my body. Where is he? I don't know it. It wasn't. My feet leave the ground, the boar's fist gripped tightly around my neck. Tell me what you did with my brother. He wasn't supposed to let you out, and here you are killing my sister. Chip. Duke is taking another swing into the corpse below him. Let him go! Duke finally turns his head, eyes covered in blood. His face is locked into a dreadful hatred, contorted into a wicked draw of anger. Until he sees me. That's when the color drains from his face, when he lets the corpse go and rushes towards me. Answer me! I can hold my breath for minutes, but something tells me that this boar isn't going to let go anytime soon. And I still can't move. Dale rushes to the side of the massive boar, trying to tackle him. You want to go first, faggot? The boar throws my body like I weigh nothing. I land on the side of the arts and craft building, my back crunching against the wood. The other floors Dale with a single punch, picking up the machete I dropped when my body froze. This is for Jack. The boar swings with a single powerful blow, machete cutting into Dale's throat like it wasn't there. A torrent of blood erupts into the grass, Dale's arms reaching out into the air in pain. The world starts to go black. My lungs aren't working and any air in me is completely out after that impact. This is for my sister! The boar stabs the machete into Dale's face. My best friend's outstretched arms go limp less than a second later. Get away from him! Duke is at the boar's back a moment later, just a few steps away from saving Dale. The weasel's avenging slash is brutal and efficient. A swift upward slice directly into the distracted boar's groin. Yeah! Duke brings the cleaver down this time, right back into the same target. A sick squelch of blood and tearing rings out from the strike. Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! He's hacking away again and again at the same spot, eyes bloodshot and paws trembling. Until a single punch sends him flying backwards a few feet. The boar has recovered enough for a sudden defense. You're going to regret that meat. His words are full of poison. One of his paws cups his front, a small stream of blood escaping between his fingers. I'm gonna make you wish you stayed locked up. He's standing over Duke. The weasel is still dazed, barely registering the looming threat. You're gonna wish Jack had cut you up into tiny pieces and ate you real nice and slow by the time that I'm done with you now. He knows. Oh my god, he knows. So there's no reason that we need to hold back then. Duke finally comes through. The words finally catch up to him. He looks directly at me now. Help me, Chip! Before I can process what's happening, I'm on my feet, running straight towards the pair. My body feels looser than normal, my stride wider and more agile than the normal stubby otter legs would allow. My burned paws wrap around the machete buried in Dale's skull, pulling it out with a single motion. Now it's time to... I interrupt the unaware boar with a single motion, a single thrust of the machete going straight through his back, only stopping at his sternum. Blood erupts from his mouth. Good. I must have punctured something important. The Duke is on his feet a few moments later, tripping the struggling boar onto his back. The machete pops through now, erupting from the other's flesh with a sick rip. I told you that I'd get you back. Duke steps onto the boar's wide stomach, the air leaving the other man's chest as his eyes look up in panic. I told you that I'd send you and your piece of shit family to hell. He raises his foot above the boar's face. And I meant every word of it. Duke crashes down with a sick stomp into the boar's face. The bones snap with a sick crunch, more gurgling erupting from his flailing orifice. Again and again, Duke brings his foot down, crunching down and stomping over and over again. It's not his full strength, I can tell. He drags it out for a while. I just stare. I help the two of us to the showers. The smell from the other side is overpowering, but Duke says that he needs one right now, and if the cops show up with us covered in blood, that might not be the best sight. We dry and head back down towards the mess hall. I take a seat at a bench, resting my arm on the table and putting my head on top to rest. The Duke goes to the other side, hopping his rear on the table, sitting backwards with his feet on the seat. His tail drapes over the side, away from me. The last dregs of night twinkle on in the sky. Duke? Yeah? Thanks for helping out back there. Bronson. He smiles, face tired. What else are friends supposed to do? Are we just... I shouldn't ask that. Not now. I should give him some time first. Are we just going to move on from this? Are we gonna be okay? We don't have much of a choice, do we? Yeah, you're right. It's just us now, in our little dying town. I'm happy you're here. I'm happy that there's someone left. Don't say anything so gay, Bronson. I chuckle. You're an idiot. And you're the one sitting next to me. I let that implication stay on my tongue before speaking up. So, what was this all for? What did they want? Something in the nurse's office. There was something in that fridge. They nabbed it right before we ran into Ernesto and Miriam. What was it? I don't know. They didn't say. Just that it needed blood. Is that why Trisha... I think so. This doesn't make any sense. There's more to the story. More than we know. His paws inches towards me. What should we do? Well, I want to find out what's going on. I want to find out why all my friends had to die tonight. Nobody had to die. It was just... fate? You could say that. We both look down at the table. My fingers fidget towards his for a moment. Well, it's bullshit. It didn't have to go down like this. How do you know that? Something on your face tells me. You think you have this all figured out? Duke raises an eyebrow at me. No, but there has to be answers somewhere. Neither of us decide to take the other's paw. And that's the end of Duke's route. Was it me, or did he kind of look like one of those, like those meme images where it's like the character, like squatting, but you see like their, like, ass? Their fat ass? I'm not saying that it's like bad or anything, but it just kind of reminded me of that. The more that I looked at it, it's like, that is a fat ass. I know that might have been like just like the side too, like where the thighs are and whatnot, but it still looked funny. But yeah. So after this, I'll probably do Miriam and I'll end it with Ernesto, just so you guys know. Anyways, I'm trying to think which horror movie could this be referencing, or what horror movies could this be referencing? Because we're dealing with like cannibals, but also cannibals that live in a specific section who want the others to be out. So who could that be? Or what movie could that be referencing, I guess? Because they're saying The Others, but like the movie The Others is about ghosts. So it's like, that's not it. Unless there was another movie called The Others, which is about cannibal people. Do you guys have any ideas? Because for me right now, for this one, I'm drawing a blank. Because they're not like mutated or anything, so it can't be like the hills have eyes. And they're eating them, but they're also using them for a ritual. And speaking about the ritual, it kind of seems like all of the routes, now that you think about it, have some sort of ritualistic aspect to it, where they all seem to point to some sort of, there is something going on in the background, something that we are not seeing yet, but we're only getting little bits and pieces here and there. And it's hinting to there being more to the camp than it just being like a little camp. So yeah, there is something weird going on, and I'm hoping that once we do Miriam and Ernesto and finally venture over to Chip himself, because you know, you can see that he has a card there, that we'll get at least the answer to what's going on, hopefully. Anyways. I really don't know what else to say. I mean, it is implied that Duke was assaulted by the main boar. Probably. So like I don't see Duke partaking any with Chip anytime soon. And that might make things worse for him, especially once he gets to go back home. And considering the fact that he went to town on the other boars, basically genitals, like, yeah, you don't do that unless unless they did something to you and you're kind of getting back at them for it. Is that a van? Do you guys see? Well, you can't see my mouse, but like right there, right at the tip of the Y on the right side, you see like a little boxy shadow. Is that a van? Is that the van? Is that the van? What else? Like I said, I'll be doing Miriam next and then finishing it off with Ernesto because I like Ernesto and I want to leave him for the last part. But, oh my god, Ernesto did not deserve to be burnt. To turn crispy. And I suppose that it was nice of Duke to finally put aside his racism, basically. And be like, okay, I will do it. Because my friend here, the one that you're asking to do it, he burnt his hands. So I'm going to do it. And I'm going to try to be as fast and as gentle as possible. So I'm sorry. So here I go. Oh my god, Dale, why did you have to run? I wonder if Chip's route is gonna have like most of these things happening and it's like, I already know what's going on. I need you guys to follow me. Shut up. Especially you, Duke. And just do what I say. And we'll all get out of here alive. Nobody go on by themselves. Nobody approach the evil people. Nobody go have sex by themselves. Not by themselves, by them. Nobody pair off and go have sex. Well, whatever. We'll see what happens with Miriam and Ernesto. What could be a potential sort of like 80s, 70s, maybe early 90s movie monster or thing that could show up for either of them? Anyway, so, write down in the comments what you thought so far, and thank you all for watching / listening. If you'd like to play Camp Ash yourself, you can do so by going down to the link in the description, which should have a direct link for the itch.io page where you can download and play the game. They do not have any form of support. I would say that the author should at least put like a Ko-fi and say like, hey, you like my work? Donate to me. Just like that. And not say donate to me for Camp Ash or anything like that. Just say donate to me. What else? If you would like to support the channel, become a channel member, get earlier access to these videos as they're being scheduled, you can become a channel member. And it does, help support me, supports the channel, and tells me that you like my videos and the stuff that I'm doing. And it's like, hey, here's some money on a monthly basis. And I go, hey, that's cool. Here is the videos that I have scheduled. You can watch them, ahead of time. I do try to have like some videos ready. And I do try to put other stuff there too. Sometimes. There's cooking stuff, I guess. I need to do more videos for that though. I need to come up with something interesting to cook that only I have made recently or whatever. Anyways, also Ko-fi in case you want to support, they're there. And Throne in case you're feeling overly generous. But yeah, so like, subscribe, do all that other jazz. And thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.